Hey, how are you? Welcome. I hope you're having a great night. It is Monday. Unfortunately, the weekend is over. Back to work. I hope you're all doing fabulous though. And I have a really super cute little project tonight. This is the Gingerbread Kisses door hanger. And I have some pieces out here I'm going to paint real quick. If I can get my post to load, that would be perfect. There it goes. Alright, I have a couple of, well, maybe not that one. I have a couple little makeup sponges that I can reuse. So these are already used. I don't know if you can tell that's just white paint on there. I'm going to just cut that off. Just like that much of it. Can you see? And throw that part away so I can reuse it. It'll be like brand new. Okay? Same with this one. Throw that away, and then I have this one that already had red on it, so I need 3 of them. Let's use those 3. So let's begin with, I guess we can start with red. So this is Candy Apple Red. That's where we're going to begin. Keyword tonight is the word stripe. Let me just make sure. Oh, yeah, I didn't turn that on. Okay, here we go. All right. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Sandra. Welcome. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? Hi, Joni. How are you, love? Okay. So, keyword is stripe. This is candy apple paste. I'm going to, since I'm going to use a little bit more than normal, let's see if I have a, oh, I'm going to just pull it off of here with my sponge, and then that way I can keep this jar closed. My pastes dry out really fast if I leave them open for too long, so don't recommend that you do that, okay? Open them, pull some out. If you're going to paint with it, that's fine. Pull it out and put it on a paste tray, okay? Now, hopefully, I don't think I'm going to need more than 1 layer of the red. So all of the words and these little candies are going to be in candy apple. Okay. Stick into my tape. I am using painter's tape to hold my pieces down, y'all. This works fabulous. I buy painter's tape at Lowe's, like in a 3-pack. It doesn't have to be the fancy stuff. Just, it helps a lot. Just to hold everything down so that you don't have little tiny pieces moving everywhere. Then you're getting paint all over yourself. I'm messy enough, okay? I don't need help being a disaster, all right? Now, I will be MIA for a part of this week. I'm going on a work trip. Hi, Connie. How are you? I'm leaving tomorrow to go to New Orleans for 3 days. I won't be back till late Thursday. I do fully intend to do a live once I get back. But I have got dinners and late nights every single night that I'm going to be gone. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to go live. So I don't plan on it, unfortunately. But I did post some new stuff on my Etsy page if you want to go check that out. The link is in the message whenever you comment the keyword stripe. It's always in the link. I mean, it's always in the message whenever you comment a keyword, so that you can shop anytime. And I was thinking about doing, I think I'm going to do a sale on my Etsy starting tomorrow. I'll post that on my page once it's live. Maybe for like a week. And then whenever I get back, I'll cut stuff for that. Okay? Just you know, I like to do a sale on my Etsy every now and then. So y'all, my event is coming up this weekend. I'm super excited. I have some finished projects that I'm going to try to hopefully get rid of those. And I also, it's going to be for my nail stuff that I'm doing. And by the way, my nails are still going strong. It's been, I think, almost a week. I'm pretty sure Wednesday will be 7 days that I've had these nails on. And they are still looking so good. I love this color. Thank you. Hi, Laura. How are you? Yeah, I think it will be a good trip, y'all. I haven't traveled. I didn't realize this, but I have not gone anywhere for work since May. And normally I travel a couple times a month. So I've gotten extra lucky because I've just gotten to the point that I don't like to travel for work. It's a pain. Okay. I need to though, because I do have teammates that I work with and that work for me that I need to go. Some of them I've never met in person. Isn't that terrible? I'm terrible. I know it. And I feel bad about that. So my boss has asked me that I start trying to make one trip to Indianapolis and one trip to New Orleans per month. So that's probably going to be what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side. I might come back as this dries and do another coat of the candy apple. I'm going to clean myself up a little bit here. Hi, Wanda. How are you? Anywho, so that's what I'm doing this week. Prepping. As soon as I get back, I got to prep for my event, which is on Saturday morning. Didn't give myself a whole lot of time for that, but it's okay. I don't have, I think it'll be fine. I don't have a lot of stuff that I'm pulling out or anything. My mom's going to come over and help me. So I think it'll be fine. But other news, so my garage is a nightmare. Okay, it's an actual legit nightmare. So I'm going to try and do this fast. Okay, my little gingerbread, the outline, I guess that's probably icing, and little hearts. We're going to use ballet slipper. Okay, I'm going to try and do it fast though so that I can close this up. Anywho, my garage has been a nightmare ever since we moved in. Basically, all the stuff, the movers just dumped stuff, which we told them to, okay? It wasn't their fault. We just told them, just pile everything right here and we'll get to it. Well, it's been almost 2 years. And we didn't get to it. And I bought these shelves. It's been a hot minute, okay? Since I bought the shelves that I intended to put in the garage, and we never got around to it. So this weekend on Saturday, I told Chris, this weekend we are putting these shelves up in the garage. So I got up bright and early on Saturday morning and got my butt out there and started putting them together. And what do you know? He comes out there and we got it knocked out. In about an hour and a half, we got all the shelves put up, the stuff in the garage organized. So we have a 2-car garage, which is where I park my car. And then there's a third bay where we have our lawnmower and other junk. And the third bay was a nightmare. Okay, you couldn't even walk over there. It was really bad. And so he's like, well, why are we just going to leave that? We need to go ahead and do something with that too. And I'm like, okay. And so we got it to where it's all looking spiffy over there. Everything is great. Hi, Patsy. It looks super good. So really, really pleased with that. It's nice to be able to walk out there and not feel just dread. The doom. Oh man. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but when my stuff is a mess, like it is in my craft room right now, I feel doom. It overcomes me and I don't like it. But it's also overwhelming, and dealing with it is overwhelming once it gets to that point. And so it's really difficult to actually take care of stuff once you get, and so you really have to push yourself, and that's where I was with the garage. Just ignore it, close your eyes, don't look at it. And it's embarrassing, whenever we would have workers here and stuff that needed to get into the garage, I'm like, oh, well, you gotta jump over this mountain of stuff over here to get to the box, the panel. Or, come in here through the garage and it's a nightmare. No. Even just Chris opens the garage every day whenever he comes in and leaves for work. And having the garage open for those few minutes every day is very embarrassing for me. I don't like it. It doesn't stay open long, but still, I don't like it. Hi, Donna. How are you? Yay, a motorcycle rally. That sounds fun. I like that. So be careful whenever you're pulling these letters and stuff, all of your little things off of your tape, because you can break stuff. You've seen me do it. especially whenever it's real intricate. These cutouts are only 1/8 of an inch thick, okay? So just keep that in mind. One benefit of having longer nails is I can just boop the paint right off of there and then wipe it on a baby wipe. Okay, there we go. There's my words. That looks really good. That's 1 coat of candy apple paste, y'all. Cannot beat it, okay? I missed a little spot right there. That's all. Okay, so I'm going to just set all of this over here, throw my tape out. I do have some pieces that I need to quickly paint white, so I'm going to just move this right over here so I can get it out of the way. And then we'll clean up this board. This glass mat is awesome. I love it because, I mean, it's awesome. It's got a measuring, like a ruler on both sides of it, but the best part about it is that I can clean it with like 0 effort with just a baby wipe. Paint, acrylic and paste just come right off of it. It's amazing. Okay, so this is vanilla. Again, I'm going to try and do this real quick so I don't have to dirty another color tray. I like this paste a lot. This color is great. I like it even more than bright white, actually. Y'all, my nose is itching. I have had like sinus drainage bad. And I normally am not like a sneezer. Man, I've been sneezing. And like, so tell me this. I don't have a cold or anything like that. I'm not sick. Nothing like that. But do y'all ever get like where you feel like your throat itches? Like I need to stick my finger in my throat and itch my throat. Is that weird? Because I feel like it itches. My tongue on the very back kind of itches. And it gets like that like for whenever I'm going through like allergies type symptoms. Like when the, I don't know, pollen and junk is in the air. It's bad though. Hi Brownie, how are ya? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Hi Donna. Welcome, love. All right. Yeah, so I don't know what's up with me. But I've been taking like sinus medicine to try and help. And like, oh man, I don't even have to blow my nose usually ever either. And I had to blow my nose this morning because my nose was like all clogged up. So hopefully it's not going to make it worse traveling this week. But I have meetings I couldn't avoid with my people, so it'll be good. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Okay, I'm going to close this up. That was vanilla. Let's dry this really quick, and then we can... So this round is really cute. Look at the little gingerbread that goes on it. The one I'm doing is a 14-inch tonight, okay? But I do have this round on my Etsy, and it is listed from 10 to 20 inches. So you can choose the size that you want. Yeah, like I feel like I need to use my teeth to itch my tongue. I don't know if that makes sense. Hi Sandy. And it's really bothering me. Real bad. So, and I've had this happen to me before where my throat feels like I really do need to just get back there and just claw it from the inside. Okay. These are pretty much done. I don't think all of them are. That is too. And that one. Okay, so let's get this all out of the way so we can clean up this area here. And then we can, y'all, we're going to use the tobacco stain, this stuff tonight. Love this. from Dixie Belle. It's in my shop. It's in the link whenever you comment the word stripe. You'll get the link to go on and buy all the stuff that you want. If you're not a Perks member and not saving 30% on your purchases yet, I don't know what you're waiting on, but you can be saving 30% on all of your purchases on my website. Plus, I do specials for my Perks members. So, hook yourself up with that. Okay? Now, that's good enough. Alright, so here's this. And what I wanted to try tonight, I have a roll of paper towels in here. Because who can live without a roll of paper towels in their craft room? Because it's not me. Okay, I need it. So, I don't know if this is going to work. If it doesn't work, then we're going to go and revert to a foam brush. Okay, but this is what I was... Well, I should have shook it first. Because that's not it. Also, it only works if you get it all over yourself, okay? It's important. That's the way to do it, okay? This is not bad. Now, you can make it darker if you want by adding more or less, however you want to do it, okay? I love this because I love a good stain. Hate the smell of stain, though, okay? Hate oil-based stains. Because they stink. This does not stink at all. It doesn't smell like anything, in fact. If you haven't tried this, there's actually 3 different colors. There's a white one, which is really neat. There's a brown one. Obviously, the tobacco stain is the brown one. And then there's also a gray one, which is nice, too. This is not bad. Okay, and I'm not dirtying a brush or a foam brush. So I'm into that. Less cleanup, I can just toss this away whenever I'm done with it. But you can make this darker by just going using more coats, okay? You can make it lighter by watering it down a bit, okay? In fact, I'm going to just... That's what I should have done in the first place, is just squirt it on there. And then... Okay. Now, I'm going to let that simmer, okay? That's my stain first. And then I need to do my gingerbread man. So let me... Or this could be, this is a gingerbread girl, I think, maybe. I don't know, but it's fine. So, he or she is going to be gingerbread colored. Okay. There we go. Now, I have a really cute idea for the background of the round. I'm excited about it. Haven't used this transfer that we're going to use on it yet. That works exceptionally. Okay? Done. Literally easy, easy, easy. I noticed the edge wasn't looking very gingerbreadish. Okay? Let me make sure you close this. Okay? Just twist it to close and then put it back on the shelf where it belongs. Hi Gwen. Hi Laura. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Welcome to the party or to my channel. I'm here making a giant mess. Okay, so just bear with me. Hi Lisa. Welcome, dear. All right, we need extra baby wipes because I'm a messy crafter. Okay, now I'm going to dry this a little bit. It's not like wet, but it isn't dry yet. Okay, it's slightly damp. Alright. And great thing about this round is all of the pieces are scored on here for you so that you can see where they go. Y'all, I love that about these cutouts, that there's no guessing where the stuff belongs, okay, or what the pieces are or whatever. If you've got weird little pieces and stuff like that, it's not a problem. Now, this one doesn't have any tiny pieces, thank God. I don't like tiny pieces on a cutout. It drives me crazy. Because I lose them. It can't just be me. I know it's not, okay? I know I'm a mess. I'm literal hot mess express around here, okay? But it cannot just be me that loses every single tiny piece that I come into contact with, okay? The number of times that I've cut out something for a customer and I pull it up and I always put together all the pieces that I cut out. We're going to wax this, by the way. I always put it together to make sure that I have all the pieces and I am not missing anything, like before I package it. And the number of times that I have had one little stinking tiny piece go missing makes me just want to scream. I'm like, it's frustrating really badly because, like, going through all that to not have all the pieces that you need is very annoying. And I do it to myself and I know it, but still, okay. Now this is the angled stripes pattern. Okay, let me pull this over here so I have it. Now, I've got my fuzzing cloth here. And if you haven't seen me do this trick, you're going to see it now. Okay, I'm going to pull half of this off of here. And I'm going to just stick it to my fuzzing cloth. And then I'm going to pull that down and stick it all. Okay, and then, boom, pull that over and stick it again. Okay, to the other side. Put that over there. Sorry, my nose is itching like crazy tonight. My allergies are out. They have shown themselves to be here, and I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. Okay, so to fuzz this, I'm just going to pull it up and stick it back down a few times. Okay, just super easy. And hopefully, because we wax, that will help protect our surface. Now, I'm going to take this, any large pieces of lint, you want to use my dragon claw nails to, I love this shape of these nails, by the way. This is a short coffin, and I think this might be my new go-to shape. It makes my fingers look longer and less stubby, because I've got kind of fat fingers, I feel like. It makes them look better, I think. So, yeah, get ready to see more of this coffin shape on me. Now, you know, I should have done this. It's the angled stripe after all. We're going to do an angle. Why not? Right? And I do have a couple of pieces of fuzz in here, but they are not along the silk screen, so I feel comfortable with them being in there. Okay, I just want to make sure that I've got a seal around it so that I don't get leakage of paste whenever I put paste on here. Okay, we're going to use Ballet Slipper because I love this color. I just used it the other night on that other project for my event, and I love it so much. I cannot get enough of it. Okay, here we go. This is going to look really pretty with a brown background, I think. And y'all, I'm really into, last year for Christmas I saw somebody do a lot of teal and red and pink for Christmas colors instead of the regular green and red, and I absolutely love it. Plus, like, the whole gingerbread theme is it needs baby pink, you know, and red and white, like the whole candy thing. And I don't know, the pink speaks to me. Okay, I'm not even a pink girly, really. And I've become more of one, okay? But it's not who I am as a person. I'm a purple girl. But this color, I'm obsessed with it. I love it. Ever since I popped it open the other night, last week, I can't possibly get enough of it, I don't think. So, I'm gonna clean this off, close up my paste, and get ready to peel and reveal before my paste dries. Now, I'm gonna gently pull this up. I love that. I'm glad I did it angled. Because what's the point of calling it the angled stripe if you're not going to do an angled, right? It's cute, cute. Okay. Plus, then it doesn't have to be straight side to side. Because I'm bad at that, as y'all know. Getting my designs to be straight. Isn't it pretty? And I think it's perfect on the brown background. All of this is, I think it's going to come together very nicely. So let's dry this really, really well. The matte paste should dry relatively quickly. And all that's left is just to put this baby together. Okay? Yeah, I do too, Donna. Thank you. Just want to make sure that it's really dry, okay, before you move on and do anything else. Before you start putting pieces on, just make sure that you have it completely dry, okay? You don't want to smudge anything. I love this. Okay, so as always, I want to put all of my pieces down onto my surface before I glue a thing, okay? Again, all of this has score lines, so it shows you exactly where everything goes. And I do have the, I'll put, whenever on my Etsy, I always share my finished project, if I've done a project, but I also have the cutout pictures too, so you can see what it's supposed to look like. Because that's helpful to me. I have no idea how most of these things go together most of the time. Unless if I have a reference photo. So, this is cute, cute, baby. I'm loving it. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is cute. The red is perfect. The pink is just light enough to be like faint, but you can still see it. I love it. Oh my gosh, my nose is just itching out of control. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Hi, Rebecca. Welcome. So I'm going to use Stick Fast for the small pieces, okay? For the big stuff, I'll probably use a combination of Stick Fast and hot glue. But for the little ones, I like to use Stick Fast because it does dry clear in case if I get it, if I do too much, but try to not, okay? Because it's basically super glue and it will stick you to a piece of wood. And, you know, it happens to me pretty regularly, but this stuff is really, really sticky. All right, but it works great for like intricate stuff. So I'm gonna just do a very thin line. Sorry, it's hard to talk and work and like actually get this on all the parts and pieces. Okay. Just a tiny bit, okay? And then looks so good. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. All right, and then I like to do the layers, okay? So like the top uppermost part first. Oh goodness. And then we'll glue this piece on and then so on, okay? So by the way, I got groceries earlier and I was making dinner. Groceries got here. I was putting stuff away and I opened a box. Like, I don't like to put like boxes in our pantry. I usually open them. I've got these like plastic. Hi Kathy. Hi Lori. Welcome. I have these like clear plastic containers that we put like snacks and stuff in. And I opened a cardboard box, y'all. Have you ever had a paper cut from cardboard? Because holy cow, I cut my finger right in the crack, okay, earlier. And the way I owed, oh my goodness, it was pretty terrible, I do have to say. All right, for these bigger pieces, I'm going to use a little bit of stick fast, okay, but I'm also going to use a dollop of hot glue in the middle, just to give it a little more power to hold it, okay? I want to put that middle piece down before I put these little side pieces in so that I can snug up the side pieces to that really well, okay? And then we'll do the same thing here. I'm just going to go around the circle once, okay, with that. And then we'll go right in the center with some hot glue. Just like so. And I got my little peppermint. It's a little bit over, but that's okay. It's fine. This one's for me anyway. Hi Tammy, how are you? I'm great. How are you doing? Thanks for joining me. Keyword, by the way, is stripe. And this cutout and some other new ones are on my Etsy. I got those posted up last week, I guess. And things are happening. I'm not going to be here for the rest of the week. I do have a work trip. I'm going to New Orleans tomorrow morning early. I have to be out of here by like 5 a.m. Oh, the things I put myself through to go get on a plane at 7:30. Oops, shoot. But I guess that's the joys of living far away from the airport. Okay. So I'm trying my best not to use too much of this stick fast on every like letter to where it's going to be clumping out the sides. I don't know if I'm going to be successful this time. But I'm like not even squeezing it. I'm just like running it along. Okay. Great thing about this is it doesn't dry as quickly like as hot glue, so it gives you a little bit of time. And of course you can use it on thinner pieces. But it sticks, and it sticks good. Alright, here we go. So, anybody affected by the hurricane, I hope you all are okay, and I love you guys so much. I'm thinking about you. I know how terrible hurricanes are. I've lived through many. And there was one Ike back, I don't even know what year it was, but when Ike came through Houston, y'all, we did not have power or water at my apartment that I was living at, my roommate and I, for almost 4 weeks. And so luckily, we had, at the place that I was working at the time, we had locker rooms, and they had power and water, and so I was able to go to work. So basically I just wore my pajamas to work and just went directly to the shower in the locker room and just took a shower and got dressed there, and then spent my day. And like at the time, I would just like charge my laptop, and then I'd bring my computer with me to work, my personal laptop, charge it all day while I'm at work so that I could go home and we could watch movies and DVDs and stuff on it, because it was terribly boring without any kind of entertainment. And you know, I was thinking earlier, I've been watching this show on Netflix, and it's so weird to me watching people sitting and not doing anything without having to be entertained for every second, because I cannot sit like in a doctor's office without looking at my phone. It's terrible. Again, I use the hot glue and stick fast on my little gingerbread girl, okay? But it's crazy to me because I grew up in the 90s, and so I was there for the non-internet age, okay? I know what it's like to not have internet and to actually have to play outside and those kinds of things. And now I'm so addicted to screens. It's terrible. But like it's like society has forgotten. Y'all, this is cute. Let me make sure all my pieces are glued before I hold it up. But look how adorable this is. I'm gonna just add my little ties. I added a tiny bit of hot glue onto the end just so to make it easy to string it through. I'm just gonna do one little knot, and I'll add a little bit of hot glue on the back just to hold the thing in place, whatever this is, the hanger. I'm going to make it short because I don't like it to be slapping around on my door really hard. So I'm going to make it shorter than I want it, tie it, and then that will be fine. And then I can trim it. I'll trim both of those little ties, and then I'll go back. I don't know why I just threw that over there, but then I'll come back over to the back side of this, and I'll just add a little bit of glue, okay? So I'll just right there and right there. Just a tiny bit of glue just to hold those so that they're not, I don't want it to create slack, basically. I know, Sandra, I saw that, and I am just horrified by it. All the destruction in North Carolina, y'all, is breaking my heart. It really is. So I love you all. If you've got family that's been affected, I'm thinking about all of you so much. Isn't this adorable though? I mean, I think this is super cute. So you can comment stripe to get all the stuff to make this. And I will see you all soon. I hope that you have a great week. And I love you all big time. I'm thinking about everyone, all of your families, and I just love you all so much. So, good night.